Hey guys, it's Jen. I'm here with a quick video for you today. So I just wanted to let everyone know that I'll be participating in Booktubeathon for the first time this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I just wanted to go over my TBR that basically covers all the reading challenges throughout Booktubeathon. So if you don't know, Booktubeathon is a readathon that's hosted by Ariel Bissett. It's running from the 18th to the 24th of July, so next week. So if you think that it might be something you want to do, I would definitely recommend jumping in because I've had nothing but fun with any of the readathons that I've done so far, and this one is specifically aimed at BookTube. So for BookTubeathon, there are 7 reading challenges that I'll be attempting to complete. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get them done because, as you guys know, I have 3 small children. They don't exactly let me read all the time, but I'm going to try anyways. The first challenge is to read a book with yellow on the cover. So I'm going to read The Spindlers by Lauren Oliver. There's yellowish, it's like a yellowish color on the cover. It's not quite yellow, but I'm going to attempt to read this one because it's middle grade and it's super short, so I might be able to read this in a day. It'll go good in between some of the other books that I'm reading. I have a couple books that I picked specifically because they are tinier than others, so I'm hoping that I can get them all done. The second reading challenge is to read a book only after sunset. So that means you can only read it after it's dark out. So for that challenge, I'm going to be reading Soulless by Gail Carriger. I'm reading this on ebook right now, and essentially when I read an ebook, I pretty much only read it at night because I read ebooks when Thomas wakes up and needs to be nursed back to sleep. So if he's awake, that's when I read it. And sometimes I just lay there reading after because I get to a good spot. So I will be reading that book in the evenings with him. And I have actually already started it a little bit, but I'm going to avoid trying to read too much of it. I'm only about 10 pages in, so it's not very far. I'm not very far in it. The next challenge is to read a book that you discovered because of BookTube. So for this one, I'm actually going to be reading The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. I had this one on my TBR this month anyways for my book club, which was really surprising because I had never heard of it before until I saw it on BookTube, and then someone on my book club chose this as the read for the month, so it works out for me. But I initially learned about this book through BookTube, and it sounds really good, and I'm hoping that I will enjoy it. Challenge number 4 is to read a book by a favorite author. I'm going to be reading Soldier by Julie Kagawa. I tried to read this for the last readathon I was in, but I never got around to it. So I'm going to read it for Booktubeathon for sure because Julie Kagawa is one of my favorite authors and I just really need to read this book. So I will be reading this one. Challenge number 5 is to read a book that is older than you. So essentially I had to go looking and see what classics that I wanted to read that were fairly short because classics take me forever to read. So I decided that I will be reading The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It's about 150 pages, a little less. It's by Robert Louis Stevenson and it was published in 1886, so it's definitely way older than me. It's like 102 years older than me, so that works. Challenge number 6 is to read and watch a book-to-movie adaptation. So for this one, I'm going to be continuing on with my Harry Potter rereads, and it will be Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I'm currently reading this, so if I do finish this one before Booktubeathon, I will be reading The Deathly Hallows instead. So right now, this is my goal, but I'm probably going to be reading Deathly Hallows anyways. I don't know if I'll finish it next week, but it depends on how much listening I get in over the weekend. Before the readathon starts, because I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately. So if I finish this one, which I only just started, it, so I'm not very far in, but if I finish it, I will be reading Deathly Hallows instead, and then watching the entire Harry Potter series because I've been wanting to rewatch them, which is part of the reason why I read them, is I want to rewatch them, and then also because of The Cursed Child. Challenge number 7 is super optimistic for me, but it's read 7 books. So those were the first 6 books that I plan on reading. For my 7th book, I think I'm going to be reading this one, and that's The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead. I am not 100% sure if I will be reading this one or not. I guess it depends by the time I get through all the rest of the books if I feel like reading this one. This one is on my TBR list for July, so I would like to get this one read. So that's what I will be aiming for, is to read this one as well. So those are all of the books that I plan on reading for Booktubeathon. So let me know down below if you're planning on participating, and if you are, what you plan on reading. And if you are participating, good luck with all of your challenges, and I will see you guys later. Bye!